Hello iRacers, this is Greg Hill, Executive Producer, and this is our mid-season development update. With just a handful of weeks left to go in Season 4, we're quickly approaching the conclusion of the 2023 competition year, and what a year it's been. Of course, every year at iRacing is unique. It's the nature of our business that the sim and racing service are constantly evolving. However, I can't think of a period that's been more eventful and impactful for the future of sim racing at iRacing than these past 12 months. We have established key new partnerships that will help our brand of motorsport grow at a global scale and reach all new audiences and racing fans. We have strengthened existing partnerships and secured a critical license that will allow us to return to our roots with NASCAR and NASCAR team properties. And of course, throughout all of this, we have invested significantly into the ongoing development and improvement of our great racing simulation and racing service. Now, I do intend to share some of the cool things to come in the Season 1 build, but first let's take a moment to focus on one of the bigger picture developments I alluded to a moment ago. As I touched on in detail in a previous update, a significant focus this year, and last, has been the strategic expansion of our staff across many talented teams. This growth will enable iRacing to operate from a position of strength for years to come and ensure that we will continue to deliver an unparalleled modern simulation experience. On that note, we're thrilled to upgrade our graphics team later this year through the addition of multiple industry-leading rendering programmers who will help evolve iRacing's graphic tech in a way never before seen on this platform. These developers have spent the last 20 years building and leading graphics and rendering teams across a broad spectrum of powerful graphic engines such as idTech, Unity, Unreal, Decima, and Glacier. Our reconstituted graphics team will be more formidable than ever, and we couldn't be more excited about what's to come. This will be a big lift, and in the short term, we will continue improving the current rendering technology and graphics. Now for another big picture update that I know many have been following closely: the status of our advanced new weather system, which we call Tempest internally. While we aren't quite ready to guarantee Tempest for December, we are now confident enough to say that the release of this incredibly complex system is imminent. Tempest was built from the ground up and consists of several interconnected systems that simulate not only rain and the effect that water has on the racetrack, race cars, and surrounding area, but also the physical components that combine to create various types of weather. This system is fueled by extensive real-world data from the very locations where you'll be racing. Together with our dynamic track systems, the combined experience is unparalleled in simulation and gaming. It's hard to describe until you can experience it for yourself, but for those of you who race at these tracks in the real world and have had the fortune, or misfortune, to do so in the wet, reliving that in iRacing with physically accurate and true-to-life puddling is like nothing else out there. You'll feel a tug of resistance when you drive through wet areas, and when things get really dicey, you'll experience aquaplaning. Wait until you see our aero-heavy race cars vacuum up water from the track and redistribute it into the air and elsewhere on the track, drying up the racing line rapidly in the process. Recalibrate your expectation on what a race has in store for you as you search for the line based on the multitude of dynamics.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70 plus cars and 85 plus tracks from real world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12 Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight we'll be talking about it. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is Gambler Motorsports and Thursday Night Thunder on the first of two. Make that first of four races live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. 3 races on Ultimate Dirt TV, but for now on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and Ultimate Dirt TV. Right up is going to be the RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds here tonight, and we come to a track in Braselton, at Lanier National Speedway, as we get ready for what is winter season week number 6, live from Lanier National Speedway. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set again. We're qualifying right now. We'll see 3 heat races and a field of what is 21 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight. So you'll see 3 7-car heat races. 6 laps will be the distance. Everybody will go straight through to the show. However, after the heat race, after qualifying, I should say, the fastest qualifier is going to start from position number 4. So with the 3 heats, the top 3 are going to start from that 4th starting position. So the inversion is going to be 12. And right now, Alex Pomelo is the man that will be starting on pole of heat race number 1. Harold Clump, Scott Ramey. Those 2 drivers will also start on pole of the heats 2 and 3 respectively. And then we'll go... we'll take a look at the qualifying results here in just a few moments' time. But we get set right now. Qualifying is done and dusted here at Lanier National Speedway. There is your qualifying results coming up on screen. So it was Brandon Templeton to go quick time with a 14.760. Anthony Morano, Michael Vitale. Those 3 drivers going to come from the 4th starting position in the opening or the 3 heat races here this evening. Speaking of heat races, let's go heat race number 1. Scott Ramey in the 4 will start from position number 1. Kelly Wheeler lines up at a position number 2. Samuel Backman lines up at a position number 3. Brandon Templeton lines up the 31 from position number 4. Randall Dixon rolls off the 011 machine from 5, and the 2H of Hunter Carlson will start position number 6, with Jake Henry driving the 171 Gears Unlimited entry will start position number 7. All right, here we go. Heat race number 1, about to start. In fact, we're already down the front straight away. And it's Scott Raomi and Kelly Wheeler will lead us down through that first and second turn. Raomi on the inside, Wheeler to the outside. Track is pretty slick right now. Templeton got some company on the inside with the 11 machine of Randall Dixon of lap number 1. We'll go to the Full Throttle Motorsports driver of Scott Raomi. Now Wheeler going to duck it back down to the inside as they work down into turn number 3 and 4. Wheeler right down to the inside near the concrete wall, but it's still Raomi leading from Wheeler. Backman back there into position number 3 in the number 7 machine. Dixon getting by Templeton, but Templeton comes back at him just to the right of your screen. And again, Templeton working right through the middle of the racetrack here. Heat race number 1. Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, the RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds here at Lanier National Speedway. Winter season week number 6. Dixon and Templeton still going at it for 4th and 5th position. Templeton went quick time on the evening. They'll come to the white flag. 1 lap left to go for Scott Raomi to start on pole of tonight's 30-lap main event. Is Wheeler still trying to run down the 4 machine of Raomi, but Raomi gets through 1 and 2 nice and smooth, back straight away for the final time into turn number 3. About to come off turn number 4, part of the RSN flag, but always that check and couldn't complete it, couldn't make anything happen there as heat race number 1 is done. Scott Raomi gets the win over Kelly Wheeler, Samuel Backman, Brandon Templeton, your top 4, Randall Dixon, Fitz, Jake Henry and Hunter Carlson, the 7 drivers in heat race number 1. Heat number 2 lining up like this. It'll be Harold Clump in the 76 to the pole position. The 99 of Gavin Chatham lines up at a position number 2. Position number 3 is going to be Butch Baker in the 97 machine. Anthony Morano in the 32. He'll line up at a position number 4. Jeffrey Barker in the 513 will start position number 5. Patrick Spangler in caliber 39 will start position number 6. And Michael Vecchio driving the 007 machine lining up at a position number 7. So we are ready for a start in heat race number 2. 6 laps is the distance again. Everybody transferring to the main event, and well, it's all just about starting positions for the moment. Again, welcome you live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. 4 races on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. 3 here on Ultimate Dirt TV. So, well, you've got your iRacing fix covered for the evening as we get ready. Heat number 2, Harold Klump, Gavin Chatham. They'll come off for corner number 4. Klump going to get on the gas. We are racing. They wait for the iRacing green to come out. Then they work it down the front straight away. Chatham trying to go to the outside of the 76 machine of Harold Klump, but Klump leads down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Butch Baker to the inside of Anthony Morano. Patrick Spangler trying to go upstairs, trying to sell some T-shirts while he's up there. Only car to try go up there at the moment in the opening heat rate. From the opening heat now to the second heat. Spangler into the wall just at the top of your screen. Baker on the inside of Gavin Chatham as they work off turn number 4. Now they'll work off turn number 2. Chatham is going to lose the runner-up position. Baker's got it down into turn number 3. Now Morano's opted to go upstairs. Chatham still stuck on the top side of the racetrack, as is Anthony Morano. Patrick Spangler as well. So look at that, your inside row. 1, 3, and 5, your starting positions of Klump, Baker, and Barker. Well, they now find themselves in first, second, and third. Chatham along with Morano. Morano makes the pass to move into position number 4. Now Morano and Chatham again. They'll go wheel to wheel. Penultimate time here in heat race number 2. Still one more heat race to come. Harold Klump leading the way in car number 76. What can Butch Baker do in car number 97? Can he make the pass? White flag is out. 3/8 of a mile left is all that separates the front row starting position. Klump a little bit sloppy there on the exit of turn number 4. Oh, turn number 2. Baker trying to dive down to the inside, but the checkered flag is going to be out. Heat 2 is done. Take a look at your results coming up right now for RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds. It's Harold Klump, Butch Baker, Jeffrey Barker, Anthony Morano, Gavin Chatham. Your top 5, Patrick Spangler, Michael Vecchio, 6th and 7th. Alex Pomelo in the 397 machine. He will start on the pole position to the outside of the front row. It's the 18 of Logan Wentz. Trevor Garreau lines up the 075 machine from position number 3. Michael Vitale in car number 213 for Gears Unlimited. He will start from position number 4. Bob DeGood driving the Team RWB number 7 machine. He'll start position number 5 in the HBR 81. Matt Schaefer lines up at a position number 6. And Jason Butterfield for Venom Racing and Super Dirt Car Series lines up the 93 from position number 7. Final heat. We'll have a quick warm-up session after this one. It'll be 3 minutes. Of course, well, already played a number of ads here tonight at the start. Just waiting on a few drivers with the new UI issues. So, nonetheless, we got it sorted. And, well, we're in heat race number 3. Pomelo. Pomelo leads. Wentz back there in second spot, right through the middle of the racetrack. Trevor Garreau in that 075 machine. Looking and having a good captain to cook up on the inside of the big slider line there from Logan Wentz. Trying to do something different as now here comes Trevor Garreau to the inside again of Logan Wentz as they work through turn number 1 and 2. Alex Pomelo still your race leader. Wentz, Garreau still sitting in second and third position. Then you go back to Bob DeGood. Michael Vitale and Matt Schaefer having a nice little back there for positions number 5 and 6. And Jason Butterfield not too far away either. So you've got a few battles here in what is heat race number 3. Final heat race of the RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division. Logan Wentz, boy, I'll tell you what, he's driving it deep into the turns, especially in turn number 3 and 4. 3, 1 and 2, he just sticks it right through the middle and he keeps the car nice and straight. However, this time he's going to go to the bottom side through 3 and 4. White flag is out for Alex Pomelo in the 397 machine as he works down through turn number 1 and 2. He gets it nice and smooth. 2 left-hand turns is all that separates a second row starting position on the inside for Alex Pomelo. He'll make his way off corner number 4. Done in heat race number 3. And just like that, we'll quickly go through your results. Alex Pomelo gets the win over Trevor Garreau, Logan Wentz, Bob DeGood, Michael Vitale, Jason Butterfield, and Matt Schaefer. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Come back with Your main event on the other side of this quick commercial break.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
And welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder, winter season, week number 6. RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division. Scott Rayomi, Harold Klump line up the front row in tonight's 30-lap main event. Alex Pomelo, Kelly Wheeler will make up the second row. Butch Baker alongside Trevor Garreau in row number 3. Row 4, Samuel Backman and Jeffrey Barker. Row 5, Logan Wentz to the inside, Brandon Templeton to the outside. Row number 6, Anthony Morano inside, outside, Bob DeGood. Row number 7, Randall Dixon and Gavin Chatham. Row number 8, Michael Vitale and Jake Henry. Row number 9, Patrick Spangler alongside Jason Butterfield, Hunter Carlson and Michael Vecchio in the 10th row with Matt Schaefer in the 21st starting position. Lights are out. RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds here tonight from Lanier National Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get dirty for 30 here in tonight's main event. It'll be Rayomi and Klump. It's going to be Rayomi leading the way. Ryomi out in front will lead the opening lap. Wheeler and Pomelo hold on to now what is second and third position, but here comes Harold Club, Butch Baker. Make the record, Butch Baker. I think Baker got a win here a couple of seasons ago in the modified division here at this very racetrack. So can you keep an eye on the 97 car? See what he can do in this one. Giro now working back behind the 97 of Baker as there goes the 7 car up the inside of Samuel Backman now. Backman Baker working wheel to wheel and fender to fender off the turn number 4, nearly 3 wide with Harold Klopp on the outside. They'll go 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Oh boy, the RSN trackside 358 modifieds. They're really starting to take liking to Lanier National Speedway. Meanwhile, the opening 4 laps, Scott Ryomi, he is a man on a mission right now. One upstairs, that is Trevor Garreau in the 075 machine. Club getting past there by the 18 car of Logan Wentz, Anthony Morano coming up the Club. Watching Backman along in the 7 machine along with the 97 of Butch Baker as they work side by side again once again through turn number 1 and 2. We're already 5. We're going to make it 6 laps in, and just like that, bang, 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 no chitties here. It's just straight up racing here at Lanier National Speedway. Alex Pomelo still holds on to position number 3. Logan Wentz closing into the back of the 7 machine of Samuel Backman looking for a top 5 just behind that, just to the right of your screen. Now make it to the left. The 32 car of Anthony Morano. He got by Harold Clark. Remember, Harold Clark picked up a heat race victory and he started on the outside of the front row of tonight's main event. But boy, I tell you what, Logan Wentz, he's found a rhythm right now, right through the middle of the racetrack, but he opens up the inside line for Anthony Morano to have a good Captain Cook straight up on the inside. Morano and Wentz, they'll now go wheel to wheel. 7/10 of a second lead for Scott Ryomi. Watching Wentz and Morano again still go side by side. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, 9 down, 21 to go. The RSN trackside 358 modifieds. They are working a treat. Here at Lanier National Speedway, 1/3 of the race distance is completed under the green flag conditions. Backman's got some company as Logan Wentz closing in. Logan Wentz gets to the outside, and Logan Wentz has found a way to go to position number 5. Backman now slips outside the top 5. He'll go to 6th position. Morano just going to say, well, you know what? I'll take a look at the 18 machine. He's got a line figured out. I'll follow him. And now Brandon Templeton does the same thing as does the 513 car of Jeffrey Parker. And our first yellow of the evening. Well, just like that. Our first yellow of the evening. And it comes in after what will now be 12 laps completed. Your RSN trackside 358 modified division winner season week number 6. And don't forget, there's still plenty of action live to come here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We've still got the catalytic recovery big block modifieds to come right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. But then, of course, after that, we've still got the Pro Late Models. Travis Piercefield will have the action for that one, and then he'll wrap up the night with the NASCAR Xfinity cars heading to Rockingham Speedway for what should be 85 laps in distance. And boy, I tell you what, there's another big night here on the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder with Travis Piercefield. Lights are out, I think, next time by. Nope, they're out now. Ryomi, well, he's had the majority of this one out in front. No real pressure once that 4 machine has found a way to get clear, but here we go. He'll once again stand on the gas, and we're back underway. The Full Throttle Motorsports number 4 machine, Scott Ryomi leads the field. Now Baker with a run on the outside of Alex Pomelo. Baker's found a way to get to position number 3. Now trying to come up to Kelly Wheeler. He just has to get off the throttle a little bit, otherwise he would have turned the 11 car of Wheeler. Wentz and Morano again just to the right of your screen. They were side by side through 1 and 2, but Wentz now going to come after Alex Pomelo as he upstairs goes the 7 machine of Samuel Backman. Morano and Wentz again, they continue their battle for what has been probably the last 6 or 7 laps. Those 2 drivers have gone at it, and you can even throw in, look at this 3 wide to the right of your screen, clump through the middle, Backman upstairs, and Brandon Templeton down to the low side, B-Tep. The dirt track back number 31 machine went quick time here this evening. Oh, Moo challenges up for second. New second place at the start-finish line. Wheeler made a mistake and it was Butch Baker to go on by. So if the yellow comes out, the spot would go to Butch Baker. Wheeler trying to fight back on the inside. Here comes Alex Pomelo. Wheeler slides up. Pomelo turns it underneath off the turn of it forward down the front straightaway. And just like that, we've got 12 to run. Next time by. Past half race distance here in your main event. Morano has made somewhat. It's taken him a little bit to get by the 18 car of Logan Wentz, but Morano now coming after Pomelo. Harold Club, he's fighting back in that 76 machine. Back to the 7 of Samuel Backman, I should say, position number 8, Brandon Templeton, Randy Dixon. Remember the opening heat races? These two guys went under for that 4th and 5th position. Now they're going to resume what is a delayed battle between those two guys late in this one. And just like that, folks, we're 20 down. 10 laps left to run the 171 car. I think that's Jake Henry it is. And because he's off somewhat in the pits, we are going to stay green. Michael Vecchio to the pits as well. Unlucky for the 007 machine, so we've still got 19 cars still on the lead lap. Watching Templeton and Clump again. Templeton trying to make the pass on the 76 entry of Harold Clump. Back up a little further in this field. There is Kelly Wheeler holding on to the final spot of the podium, but you've got a heat race distance left to run. 8 circuits around Lanier National Speedway for the 4 car of Scott Rayomi to get a win. Here in the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division. And he has got the 1.3 second lead looking at times on the last lap time by. He is a 10th of a second quicker than Butch Baker. He's basically got a 10th of a second on the field on the previous lap, and now with 6 to run. Again, he's still in the mid 14 second, although he just lost a 10th of a second because now Butch Baker's starting to find something. Logan Wentz still trying to come after the 32 car. I feel like these two guys have been somewhat beside each other or in close proximity for what has been the last 15 laps or so. Everybody's still working right through the middle of the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4, and they're somewhat downstairs, and in fact they're just right above the apron all the way around the National Speedway. It's now a 1.5, 1.6 second gap for Scott Rayomi with just 3 laps left to run as he comes across the start-finish line. Wheeler again holding on to the final spot of the podium, and again, here comes Alex Pomelo. Pomelo has to try something different, and with that being done, he actually opened up the door for Anthony Morano to potentially pick up another spot. Morano and Pomelo side by side, 2 to run at the line. Your race leader is already down the back straightaway for the penultimate time. Let's take a look at your leader off turn number 4. White flag is out. He gets to the start-finish line. We'll race it out to the very end. He gets through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time into corner number 3. And about to come off corner number 4. Your RSN Trackside 358 Modified main event winner is Scott Rayomi. A wonderful, wonderful victory here for Scott Rayomi in the feature event. Let's take a look at your official results coming up on screen. Scott Rayomi gets the win over Butch Baker, home in second. Third will go to Kelly Wheeler at the line from Alex Pomelo. 4th, Anthony Morano makes up your top 5. Logan Wentz in 6th, Samuel Backman in 7th, Harold Clump 8th, Randall Dixon 9th, Brandon Templeton going to make up your top 10. We'll go 11th through the 20th. They'll look like this. Michael Vitale in 11th. Jeffrey Barker in 12th. Trevor Garreau 13th. Matt Schaefer in 14th. Patrick Spangler in 15th. And you go back to Gavin Chatham in 16th. Bob DeGood 17th. Jason Butterfield 18th. And the last car on the lead lap, Hunter Carson 1 lap down in 19th. Michael Vecchio back in the pits. 12 laps down after only completing what is 18. And then we'll go over the page to Jake Henry, home in what is going to be 21st place, some 13 laps down. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead. We're not even going to wait for third and second as we've already got your winner here tonight. Scott Rayomi, your winner of the RSN Trackside 358 Modified. Scott, congratulations on a victory. And I got to say, that was a dominating victory, man, from start to finish. One caution, and you showed the boys how to get it done.
Yeah, man, a little bit of history right there because I've been only on iRacing for 3 years and done a lot of leagues, and that's the first time I've ever won a league race. So that's I'm not gonna lie, I'm shaking a little bit. Got a little good bit of goosebumps there.
Let's go right back to the start. You get the jump, and then you drive away. You don't really have to deal with lap traffic all that much, but a yellow comes out after you had, I think it was about a 1.2, 1.3 second lead. What goes through your mind when you get that yellow, knowing that, you've got a hungry bunch of field of drivers just waiting to pounce on you to make that mistake?
Well, I might have swore a little bit when that yellow came out because it's definitely not something I wanted to see. But I knew at least this time with me being able to start the race rather than it being on green, I might be able to edge out in front of Kelly and be able to come up off the corners and catch that little strip right along the straightaway wall, where it's just really where I was setting myself up for the corners, just easing off the gas and then easing back into the throttle coming off. And that's really all you can do on a slick track like this at Lanier. And it's probably one of my better tracks. Not very good at many of them, but this is probably one of the better ones that I'm at.
Well, what does it mean to you to now pick up a victory here with the Gamble Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division with Coast to Coast? What does this mean to you, a victory here tonight at Lanier?
Oh man, it's huge. It's such a boost of confidence. I know I've had speed really since Christmas time. I've had speed, but it's just being able to put everything together and finally get the results for it.
Scott, we're on the victory here tonight in the RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division. Before we let you go and somewhat take a little celebration before we get ready for the Catalytic Recovery Big Box, I'm sure there's a lot of people, a lot of sponsors you want to thank on this race car, mate.
Yeah, first and foremost, I got to thank my fiance Heather. She got me a new PC for Christmas, and I mean that really made a huge difference. All the guys over at Full Throttle Motorsports, I'm one of the original guys over there. We brought in hell of a lot of good drivers and respectful drivers. So they've done so much work over there to help me get to where I'm at. Dean at Super Dirt Car, again, I wish he was here tonight to help me celebrate with this one. Swan Speed Shop, go there for all your open sets. DJs for the rap. And I don't know, I don't do these very often, so I don't have anything written down or rehearse, so forgive me for anybody that I might have missed.
Scott, hopefully we get to chat to you another time very shortly here on the Big Block Modifieds. But congratulations on your 358 Modified win here at Lanier National Speedway. Well done.
Thanks, Brett.
Scott Rayomi, your winner in the 358 Modifieds. We'll chat to the man that comes home in second place. It's the 97 car of Butch Baker. And Butch, well, second spot, buddy. You had to work for that one, but tell you what, you had an opportunity late in that one, but Scott just a little bit too good in the air there in the end, and well, you have to settle for second spot.
Yeah. I just I didn't have anything for him. I was just trying not to let him get too big of a gap, but it was good. Good run. I was glad to come home second. I needed the points.
Could you have done anything differently throughout the course of that race to make yourself just a little bit better to maybe be that one step higher up on this podium?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I thought about trying to maybe run just a little bit higher and tried working the throttle a little bit, but I just couldn't get the consistency I needed to gain any ground on him. Like I said, I don't. He got like 1.2 seconds in front of me, and I don't think I really fell back too much after that. But I don't. That was about all I could do.
Well, Butch, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 97 car.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah, well, first I gotta thank you, Brett, for doing the broadcast. You always do a phenomenal job. Got to thank everybody at Coast to Coast Racing, all the admins, everybody behind the scenes. Got to thank all my teammates over at Venom Racing for supporting me, and we always support each other. Those guys are amazing. Got to thank Dean for the Super Dirt Car Series. He's always backing us and supporting us. And got to thank my wife who lets me do this, and this one goes out to my brand new baby boy who was just born on the 9th. So this one was for Barry.
Congratulations. Well done on second spot. We'll see you back shortly with the big blocks.
Alrighty, thank you, sir.
We go Butch Baker in second spot. Home in third place tonight. It's going to be Kelly Wheeler. And Kelly, third place here tonight. I guess, how would you summarize that feature event?
I didn't hear you.
I said third place. Well done. How would you summarize the feature event?
I got pretty lucky. It was a good race.
Track looked pretty locked down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Late in that race, we've seen a couple of drivers sort of move up just a fraction, just a little bit. Were you comfortable down on the bottom side?
Yeah, that's where I tried to stay the whole race because I knew it's going to be hard to get past.
How tough is it when the track gets slick like this, from the very get-go, basically from the opening heat race of the night, to right through to the back end of this feature race? How difficult is it, to control these cars when you got to keep the car as straight as possible and not get yourself loose and potentially spin out in front of the field?
Well, I guess that's just where it takes to learn more throttle control. Barely get on the gas and try to keep it straight as you can.
Well, congratulations on the third place finish. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved.
I want to thank my wife for letting me do this. That means a lot to me. I want to thank DNS Side and Remodeling, Ingersoll Rand Incorporated. I want to thank Coast to Coast Racing for giving us a good place to race. And I want to thank you for broadcasting and doing what you do.
Well done on third place. We'll see you back shortly in the big block modifieds.
Thank you, sir.
Kelly Wheeler home in position number 3. Let's get them back to where they belong. If I can just get it there. Hang on one moment. We are just in the middle because I hate moving people out and then not moving them back. Oh, there we go. They move themselves. All right. Well, RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division is done, which means we have got the catalytic recovery big block modifieds to come here in just a few short moments' time. So what we'll do, we'll take this opportunity, step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Back in just a few moments' time with the catalytic recovery big block modifieds live from Lanier National Speedway. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a bit of a hiatus. So let's get.
Tonight when we talked about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV. Coverage of the Gamble of Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Series live tonight from the Lanier National Speedway for what is winter season, week number 6. Again, we're not too far away. We've just come off the RSN trackside 358 modifieds, where it was won by the forker of Scott Rayo. We will see if he can back it up once again here in the catalytic recovery big block modified series. Well, time will tell, because we've got another good field of drivers to contend with here this evening. And again, we're just waiting for race control just to give us the signal, and well, it will be done. And we'll get ready for qualifying here in just a few short moments' time. We're looking at a field of what is going to be, should be 24 drivers in total. In fact, it might even be 21 or 22, because I know we've got a number of drivers that, well, they signed in, but they might be just having some issues. So what we're going to do, we're going to take another quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. As soon as we come back, as soon as we can hear that we are ready to roll into qualifying, we will be right back. And we'll be able to show you all the live action live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dare TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We have a field of what is 25 drivers signed into the pits tonight. So we're going to see a total of what will be 3 heat races on the program. In fact, it should be 4 with 25 cars. It's 25 cars here tonight for the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modified Series. 6 laps in distance. Once again, top 4 will go through to the main event. Everybody else will go through to the last chance qualifiers. We get set right now. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for what is going to be heat race number 1. It's going to be Harold Klump on the pole position, Jeffrey Barker from position number 2, Gavin Chatham from position number 3. Your feature winner of the 358 modified will start from position number 4. That's Scott Rayomi. Then you go back to position number 5. It'll be Trevor Garrow in this 075 machine. The 75 of Stephen Pixel lines up at a position number 6, and Butch Baker was scheduled to line up at a position number 7. However, he has not made it, so we're going to go racing here in heat race number 1. And the lights are out. Klump and Barker. Klump and Barker, green flag is out, we're underway. It's going to be Klump, Barker, Chatham, Rayomi now, still working to the top side. Chatham goes up the inside. We're still in a pretty slick racetrack right now. Much to like what we've seen. Not as slick as what we've seen in the 358 modified division, thanks to RSN trackside. Rayomi now going to pick up not 1 but 2 positions there on the exit of turn number 2, and Rayomi continuing on with the good form as of late right now. He moves to position number 2, but Chatham will go back to the outside, and they'll go side by side. Meanwhile, Barker trying to send it upstairs, trying to sell some t-shirts and make a name. Trevor Garrow goes to the inside of Barker, down into 1 and 2. Your leader is Klump, then you've got two-car battles right now. Rayomi and Chatham battling for what is 2nd and 3rd position at the start-finish line. 2 laps left to run, and Trevor Garrow was battling with Jeffrey Barker, and Garrow just gets clear of Barker by about 2 car lengths as again they work off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Chatham has found a run on the outside of the racetrack. Rayomi still got it at the start-finish line. Boy, this is going to be very tight here in heat race number 1. Who will it be? We know Harold Klump is just going to put 2 left-hand turns together into 3 and 4. Klump is going to win. Chatham, Rayomi, Chatham in the middle on the outside. Oh, very close. Very close at the line. 6/1000th of a second, I believe it is. Heat number 1. Harold Klump gets the win over Gavin Chatham. Gets it by a few 1,000th of a second. What is going to be 35 1,000th of a second over Scott Rayomi, Trevor Garrow. Those 4 drivers lock in for Barker, Bixler and Baker. Well, off to the B main they go. Heat number 2 will line up like this. Jake Henry will start on pole position in the 171 machine. Kelly Wheeler finished 3rd in the 358 modifieds. He'll start from position number 2 in the 110 machine. We go back to the 3rd starting spot. It's nice to see this guy back to the Dirt Track Bank. Got your 6 Racing Network. 218 entry of Kurt Shatter will start from 3. And he's outside driving the DTB, the Dirt Track Bank. Car number 31. Brandon Templeton will start from 4. Ruh-roh, it's Scooby-Doo. Zach Chapman lines up the 72 from 5. And Anthony Morano in car 32 will start from position number 6. Lights are out. Safety car is about to go infield, and we are racing here at Lanier National Speedway. Jake Henry and Kelly Wheeler. Henry's on the inside, Wheeler's on the outside. Lap number 1 will go to Jake Henry. They continue to put laps in here at Lanier National Speedway. It's still Henry and Wheeler as they work off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Templeton in the 31 machine closing in. Poor old Zach Chapman, he's back in the pits, not sure what happened to him. There was an opportunity there for Brandon Templeton to go to the inside to make it 3 wide, but unfortunately he just couldn't make that pass. He needed to be a little closer. They work through 3 and 4. We've just got 2 laps left to run. And I'll tell you what, the Gears Unlimited 171 machine of Jake Henry. Well, I tell you what, he put 4.5 solid laps together. Wheeler and Templeton side by side for second and third. And now that's going to bring in Anthony Morano in the 32 machine to make it a three-way dance for the minor places. And those top 4 drivers you see on screen at the moment, they've got transfer positions locked down. They just need to keep it there into 3 and 4. Templeton down to the inside. Wheeler drives it deep into turn number 3 and 4. Checkers around. Jake Henry in race number 2. Well done, Jake. Second will go to Brandon Templeton. Third of the line, Kelly Wheeler, Anthony Morano home in 4th. Kurt Schatzer and Zach Chapman will make up the 5th and 6th drivers in heat race number 2. Your catalytic recovery, big block modifieds, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, winter season week number 6. Heat number 3, we'll see Michael Vecchio in the 007 machine to the pole position. Patrick Spangler, car 39, will start from position number 2. Alex Pomelo in the 397, he'll start from position number 3 in the 007. Samuel Backman lines up at a position number 4. Matt Schaefer in the 81 for HBR will line up at a position number 5, and I don't believe he's here, but if he is, Connor Ross will start the 35 from position number 6. In what is going to be now heat race number 3 of 4. Waiting for a start. Here we go, green flag is out. We're underway. Penultimate heat of the night. Lap 1 in the books. The 007 machine of Michael Vecchio leads the way. Pomelo, Spangler into the wall. Vecchio, Pomelo, 1 and 2 as they go through 1 and 2 upstairs. You've got Spangler and Samuel Backman. Tell you what, Spangler still trying to make it work on the outside of the raceway. Still persisting with the top side. Now, nearly here comes Samuel Backman in the 007 machine to the inside. Heat race number 3 here at Lanier National Speedway. Catalytic recovery, big block modifieds. Pomelo again. Now he's got some company one more time, but the white flag is already out. Michael Vecchio continues to lead the way. Here comes Spangler with the run on the outside of turn number 2. Who will it be? It's going to be Michael Vecchio. Second on the line, Alex Pomelo. Good job by Alex. Patrick Spangler 3rd. Samuel Backman 4th. And Matt Schaefer to round out the top 5. And then, of course, Connor Ross did not make the start of that one. He was a DNS in that one. So top 4 going through to the main event. Here goes heat race number 4. It's going to look like this. Bob DeGood on pole position in car number 7. Randall Dixon in the 11 will line up at a position number 2. The 2-1-3, Michael Vitale lines up at a position number 3 in the 18 of Logan Wentz will start position number 4. Gary Offit lines up the 94 from 5, and from 6 it's the 93 entry of Jason Butterfield. The final heat race of the night for the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modified Series here from Lanier National Speedway. We're ready for a start. Heat race number 4. Who will get the job done? Four starting positions in this one up for grabs. Green flag is out. We are underway here in heat number 4, and it's going to be Dixon to the outside. Logan Wentz, slider there from Bob DeGood on Dixon. And now here comes the Gears Unlimited 213 car of Michael Vitale to the inside of Randall Dixon in that 011 machine. Meanwhile, Jason Butterfield trying to come after Logan Wentz for the final transfer position. Remember, top 4 will go straight through to the main event. Everybody else, well, they'll have to go through to the consolation race. Wentz, Dixon to the middle of the raceway. Wentz right upstairs, right near the concrete, right rear, nearly in the marbles upstairs, right in the front. He's stumping. Raleigh's got the tub out. Nearly 3 wide as they go through turn number 1. Wentz has now picked up position number 3, now trying to get second over Michael Vitale. And I'll tell you what, if the 18K is as good as what he has been the last 2 laps, he may just challenge Bob DeGood for a race win here in heat race number 4. DeGood still stuck down to the low side of the racetrack. You just get the feeling right now that Logan Wentz is going to pull a miracle. He'll pull a rabbit out of the hat. They'll come to the white flag. 1 lap left to go. DeGood, Wentz, nearly side by side. Wentz with a run on the outside of turn number 2. Who's it going to be down the back straight away? He pulls alongside him down into 3 and 4. Oh, photo finish coming up. DeGood and Wentz. Wentz on the outside. DeGood on the inside. Oh my, what a finish here in heat race number 4. Oh, 62 1,000ths of a second, and Logan Wentz gets the win. I called it on lap 3 or 4 that he's going to have a chance to get the win, and that's exactly what he does. DeGood, Vitale, and Dixon will go through to the show. Less than half a second separate your top 4. Butterfield often, unfortunately, off to a B main. They go. And speaking of B mains, well, they're on the racetrack right now. 8 laps. Moving the distance, and the top 8 are going to go through. So let's take a look at just starting the lineup, and it's looking like all these drivers, in fact, are going to go through because there's 9 here, but I'm pretty sure 2 of them are not gridded. So Jeffrey Barker, Kurt Schatzer on the front row, Matt Schaefer, Jason Butterfield in row number 2, Stephen Bixler and Zach Chapman in row 3. Connor Ross not here. Take him out. Here's a scratch. Gary Offit will start on the 4th row by himself, and Butch Baker is also a scratch. So we've got 7 cars. 8 laps, and everybody's going to transfer. Now, the reason why we run a B main is because of just the simple fact there was actually 9 cars registered. So just in case that they had some sort of issues with, the computer or whatnot, the lovely world of technology. If they have an issue with a PC, steering wheel, something like that, it'll allow them to load back into the server. However, I can tell you, out of the 9 you see on the screen, it's going to cut to 7. So right now, these guys, they are just going to race for position. But I'll tell you what, I cannot wait for this one. After what we just seen there in the last couple of heat races with the top side coming in, keep an eye on Zach Chapman in the 72, the Scooby-Doo machine. He's going to go upstairs, and along with the 218 machine of Kurt Schatzer. Lap number 1 belongs to Jeffrey Barker on the inside of the race, red from the pole position, right through the middle. Goes Kurt Schatzer. Meanwhile, Zach Chapman gets by Matt Schaefer for position number 4, and Jason Butterfield stuck there right there in the middle of the sand with the dirt track bank. Got your 6 Racing Network 218 machine is now coming after the Mega Ponding 513 Bilstein entry of Jeffrey Buck as they work down into 3 and 4. Speaking of 3s, they'll make their way off turn number 4 with 3 down, 5 to 1. Schatzer again. Now Chapman around the outside of the Scooby-Doo machine, but the battle is on for the race. Lead first and second. Barker and Schatzer off turn number 4. And Barker's got on at the start-finish line by probably half to 3/4 of a car length. But I'll tell you what, that outside line is really working a treat right now as here comes Schatzer. Chapman driving it deep right into the marbles and trying to get a run. He's nearly one of the quickest cars on the racetrack. In fact, he just pulled the quickest lap time by over a 1/10 of a second. A 14.551 for Zach Chapman. And I'll tell you what, the Scooby-Doo machine, boys, I think is coming. Schatzer to the outside of Barker. And again, it's a drag race, but it's going to be Kurt Schatzer who leads down into turn number 3. You just never know who is going to win this one. And I think Schatzer had it at the start-finish line again in what could be another photo finish off for turn number 2 down the back straight away for the final time. Schatzer still going to run the consistent line that he's been running all night long here in the B main. At the line, again, it's up the Boy, there is nothing in it between these drivers. Consolation results coming up. Kurt Schatzer gets the win. A little over a 1/10 of a second. Jeffrey Barker, Zach Chapman, Jason Butterfield, Matt Schaefer, Stephen Bixler, and Gary Offit all going to the show. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Come back with your main event on the other side of these quick commercial breaks.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Catalytic Recovery, Big Block Modifieds here tonight from Lanier National Speedway. Let's take a look at your starting grid. Brett Wheeler here with you for the call. Harold Klump and Jake Henry on the front row. Row number 2, Michael Vecchio alongside Logan Wentz. Row 3, Gavin Chatham and Brandon Templeton. Row number 4, we'll see Alex Pomelo alongside Bob DeGood. Row 5, Scott Ryomi and Kelly Wheeler. Row number 6, Patrick Spanger and Michael Vitale. Row 7, Trevor Garreau, Anthony Morano. Row 8, Samuel Backman and Randall Dixon. Row number 9, Kurt Schatzer and Jeffrey Barker. Row 10, Zach Chapman and Jason Butterfield. And row 11 is going to be Matt Schaefer and Stephen Pixler. Continue Gary Offit, Connor Ross in the 23rd and 24 starters. They are not here, so they are scratching in tonight's main event. But right now it is time to go racing. Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder. Winter Season Week number 6. Catalytic Recovery, Big Block Modifieds. Let's get dirty for 30 here in the main event of the Big Blocks. And it's going to be Harold Klump to get the early jump over Jake Henry and the rest of the field. Vecchio works to the inside as we see Logan Wentz. He raced number 4, winner just to work into the outside. It's Vecchio. Oh, Wentz Templeton comes through 4 wide, 3 wide. Oh no, Logan Wentz, and just like that it all comes unstuck. Logan Wentz in the 18 brings on the caution for the first time, and it was just all sorts of pandemonium. Checkups and just trying to dive every which way possible. Unfortunately, Logan Wentz goes around. So he will go back to the pits, and we'll come back to the green flag here in just a few moments' time. Here we are, lights are out. Safety car is in for the Steve King Foundation safety car. Back to green we go, Harold Clump. So we're 2 down and 28 to go. Chatham immediately steps upstairs into turn number 1 and 2. Jake Henry, nice drive at the moment here, and he raced in your feature event. Get a nice drive in early on, and he raced number 2. Now problems here for Brandon Templeton, as Templeton was trying to stick it to the inside of Michael Vecchio, and now Alex Pomeroy's going to go to the outside. Here come your RSN trackside 358 feature winner, Scott Rayomi in front of Patrick Spangler. Both drivers step upstairs in 3 and 4 in 7th and 8th position. Spangler trying to make it work on the outside of Scott Rayomi, but look at this battle 2 by 2 right now. Chatham and Vecchio. Oh no, Templeton, Pomelo, Templeton around, Pomelo around. Templeton keeps it going. No, he doesn't. Hard into the concrete wall. Just a bit of a miff and barge, and unfortunately, well, tough break for 2 drivers that were sitting inside the top 5. A very, very tough break for some of these drivers. And you just hate to see it, as these guys were just starting to get into a rhythm. So who can finish up here in the main event? Who will get the job done? And Harold Club, these yellows keep coming out, and they get, you know, the 2, 3, 4, 5 lap runs. There is a very, very good chance right now that Harold Club has a chance at taking out tonight's big block modified, thanks to catalytic recovery. Lights are out on the Steve King Foundation safety car. We're coming back to the green flag off turn number 4. Work down through 1 and 2, and Paul Jake Henry's going to move outside of a podium position. Vecchio just got into the back of Spangler. Spangler going to make it 4-1 on the outside. Now they're going 3-1 down the front straightaway. Spangler again trying to drive somewhat of a sprint car line. 3 wide chats on the inside. Vecchio through the middle of the 007 machine. Spangler upstairs. Chatham as well. Working to the top of the racetrack. Scott Rayomi, and have a look at Kelly Wheeler come down to the inside of Jake Henry in the 110 machine. Henry in the 171. Chatham and Rayomi side by side for second and third, and two of the podium drivers. Boy, I tell you what, they're almost trying to get it up, trying to back it up and get another podium. As we continue to put another lap in the books, and Spangler just squeezed up on the outside of Jake Henry. Spangler looking to move into position number 4, but Henry not wanting to give up the position just yet. Then you go back to Kurt Schatz and Michael Vecchio. Michael Vitale in there as well. Trevor Garreau, Randall Dixon, they're all coming at it right now. Oh no, problems here, the 007. He'll stop on the back straightaway. Yellow will come out. Michael Vecchio brings us under caution. There was contact with Trevor Garreau. They're on lap number 11. So lap 11 sees yet the caution flag once again. Don't forget, still to come later on tonight, you've got the Pro Late Models here from Lanier National Speedway. Then the NASCAR Xfinity cars go and travel to Rockingham Speedway. That should be a very interesting race in itself. So Travis Piercefield should have the call for that one, I believe. So looking forward to that one. But again, who will take out tonight's catalytic recovery big block modified series here from Lanier National Speedway? Time will tell as we get ready to go back racing once again off turn number 4. The Steve King Foundation safety car is in, and we are back underway with Harold Klopp, your race leader, to complete lap number 11 and start lap number 12. And Rayomi looking to go back to back here in modified competitions. It's been a while since we've seen it done. I believe the last guy to do it was Isaac Sellis, or maybe even Anthony Morano. Spangler now going to follow Gavin Chatham to the top of the racetrack. Wheeler got Schatzer and Henry working middle and bottom behind them in that number 110 machine. Then Michael Vitale, and now Trevor Garreau going to the top side. Henry comes up in front of Garreau. They make contact. Dixon, Garreau around. He'll stop on the front straight away. Yellow will come out just as we were approaching half race distance. Jason, you just get the feeling right now that the intensity is starting to build. As everybody fights for position. And it will all boil down to who will make the correct move at the right time. A big happy birthday to Amy. I doubt she's watching, but if she is, happy birthday. Lights are out, ready for a restart here in catalytic recovery. Big block modified competition. We are ready to go back racing off for turn number 4. And it's going to be Harold Clump to lead us to the green flag once again here in A main competition. Clump, Rayomi now half race distance at Harold Clump so far. He's driven the race of his life at the moment. But again, here comes Rayomi working through the middle. Now Patrick Spangler. He's opted for a different line to try and get by the 99 car of Gavin Chatham. Maybe just thinking it's not working enough up there. Spangler through the middle. Wheeler has found his way back to position number 5. Then we go back to Schatz and Vitale. Henry, Chapman and Barker make that Butterfield and challenging Barker for 10th and 11th position. Watching Spangler on screen now. Whoa, let's keep an eye on Scott Rayomi because here he comes. He's found a different line now, looking to get to the outside of the 76 car. You challenge for the leaders on right now down the back straightaway. Clump to the low side once again. Working a treat right down to the low side, right on the apron. Now a lane off the apron. Still the left front tyres just sitting there on the apron. Very slick down there, and right now we'll come to 11 laps left to run. Can Harold Clump, can he hold on for a victory here in Catalytic Recovery, Big Block Modified Competition, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder Winter Season, week number 6, and it is all happening. That is quite a long tongue twister. Oh my God! Shaver was coming down the racetrack trying to get to the pits with 10 to go. Right down in front of your leaders, and boy, if I'm Scott Ryomi and Harold Clump, I'm taking a deep breath on that one. That one actually scared the backside out of me. Oh my, what a way. What a way just to get the heart rate pumping just a little bit. So what will be 10 laps left to run? Does Clump opt to change lines? Or does he continue on with what has been working for him so far? Because if I'm Harold Clump, and well, if I've got anyone else in this race right now, I'll be desperately asking where the fastest line is. And you just know out in front, you're a sitting duck. You never know what's fast. You never know if it's good unless you're actually pulling away from the competition. Come back to green. Steve King Foundation safety car is back to the infield, and Harold Clump 10 to run here at Lanier National Speedway. Clump, Ryomi and Spangler 1, 2 and 3. They all went to the low side. There are the opening 2 turns. Gavin Chatham back in 4th position. He'll send it back upstairs. Meanwhile, he'll have Kurt Schatzer to contend with down to the inside as they work off turn number 4. Again, just keep an eye on that gap between Clump and Ryomi. If it gets under 2/10 of a second, you know we're in for an absolute barn burner of a finish. Well, you know what, I think we're going to be in for that right now. Watching Clump on screen right now. Ryomi trying a very, very different line into turn number 1 and 2. Clump looks good, I got to say. Down to the inside, 7 to run at the start-finish line. In the 76. Will the nerves get to? Will there be enough pressure here from Scott Ryomi to go back-to-back here at Lanier National Speedway? Boy, we're set for a good one. Clump still your race leader. 6 laps left to go here in the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modified Series main event. Ryomi with a run down the back straightaway. Clump still glued to the inside of the raceway. The left front tyres. The left front tyre, I should say, it was glued to the apron through 3 and 4, and it's there, right there again, once again in turn number 1 and 2. They'll come to 4 to run, and the 4 car of Ryomi, he's found what could be the race-winning line. He'll pull alongside. Clump for the race lead down into turn number 1 and 2. 3.5 to go. Clump has got the momentum down the back straight away. Now, speaking of momentum, here comes the 39 car Spangler trying to close in on the battle for a three-way dance. And I'm going to say 3 to run. Clump and Ryomi. What a battle you've got. Ryomi's got it down the back straight away. Ryomi, can Clump fight back on the inside? Yes, he can off the turn number 4. Oh boy, a few 1,000th of a second, and Ryomi's got it down through turn number 1 and 2. That could be the race-winning move. Clump has led 27 laps so far in the main event, and the final 3 laps are just starting to slip away. Ryomi protects the bottom side. Meanwhile, Schatzer coming after Patrick Spangler. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go. In fact, 2 left-hand turns. Scott Ryomi, double them up, double down. Scott Ryomi wins your main event. Oh, wow. What the final 6 laps we have just witnessed here at Lanier National Speedway. And Scott Ryomi, he picked up his first feature win with the 358 modifieds, and just like that, he goes back to back. Here at Lanier, Ryomi will win from Harold Clump in second. Kurt Schatzer steals third there in the dying stages of that main event over Patrick Spangler. He'll come home fourth. Gavin Chatham to round out your top 5. Kelly Wheeler, Michael Vitale, Jake Henry, Zach Chapman, Jason Butterfield. That's your top 10. 11th through to 20th, Logan Wentz, Anthony Morano, Samuel Backman, Alex Pomelo, Jeffrey Parker, 15th. 16th, Trevor Garreau. 17th, Bob DeGood, Stephen Bixler, Matt Schaefer, Randall Dixon. 12 laps down in 20th position. Then we go back to Michael Vecchio, Brandon Templeton. That was the 22 starters with Gary Alford, Connor Ross, both drivers credited with a did not start. Wow. 358 modified, started off with an absolute banger, and then it finished with an absolute banger again here in the main event. As we wait for your winner, and he is already out of the car, and not only did he pick up his first feature in just some 45 minutes ago, and he will go back to back here at Lanier National Speedway. Catalytic recovery, big block modified. In fact, you know what? Let's grab third place here in just a moment. He was here. There he is. Let's go and chat to third place driver of Kurt Schatzer. Kurt, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. And boy, you took the third spot there away from Patrick there on the dying stage of that one. You got to be happy overall with the third place finish here tonight.
Yeah, Brett, real happy with this one. This was it was a fun track. I mean, it got slicked up. I mean, at times the top seemed like it was working, but majority of the race, the bottom was where to be. And I was just trying to be patient and wait till somebody slid up off the bottom and I could kind of slip on in there. And Patrick gave me that last one there, that podium there. I got to thank him on that one. I'm sure he didn't want to do that, but I'll take it. And definitely good hard charge from coming from the back.
Okay, what was it like in those probably final, 5 or 6 laps, watching, Rayomi and Harold, Scott and Harold just, work and battle for the race lead, but then, at the same time, while you're trying to watch that, you're also trying to get by Patrick down in those dying stages of that one.
Yeah, I was actually running, I think Gavin for 4th or something, or trying to make a pass on him. We were side by side, and then Patrick kind of got into the inside wall a little bit and scuffed his speed and momentum, and it allowed Gavin to get up on the outside of him, and then a few laps for Patrick to sort of back out and edge him out, and I was able to creep by Gavin, and then I was just kind of content for 4th there, and then Patrick seemed to start sliding off the bottom there and just kind of touched the wall a little bit, but I'm happy with that run for sure.
Kurt, well done on a third place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 218 machine.
Yeah, I thank Dirt Track Bank, everything they do to help racers all around the country. Got Your Six Racing Network, Hammer Down Racing, Brandon Templeton, Joe Halter, and Brian Dickens. Yeah, everybody in the league coming out and racing. Roger giving us a place to race. You doing the broadcast for us, and yeah, everybody watching at home.
Kurt Schatzer, third place finisher here tonight in the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modified. To chat to the man that comes home, second place started. He probably led 27 laps of this 30-lap feature event. Harold Klump in position number 2. Harold, congratulations on second spot. And boy, one that just slipped away from you there in the end. You led about 27 laps of this feature event. This one must hurt just a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely hurts a little bit, but I don't mind losing to Scott. Scott's a really good guy.
Talk us through those final 5 laps, when you had the lead and then, Scott finds a different line, he gets to your outside. Talk us what was going through your mind there on those final closing laps.
Well, I was thinking about the 358s, how I was up high and I got freight trains. So I thought I'll just stay down low as I can. And I just went half a lane too low.
How tough is it to try and keep that left front tire just on the apron there, all the way around to what looked like the fastest line for the majority of that feature event? How tough is it when the track is that slick?
It's really slick, especially with the big blocks, because you have to really feather it big time.
Harold, well done on a second place finish. Before we let you go, sponsors, shout out to all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes this happen for you in the 76 car?
Zito Speed and Performance, who built the real life motors for me. Mount Bethel Diner. You for putting on a fantastic show. Every time I listen to you, it's excellent. And Coast to Coast for putting on a great league here.
Harold, well done on second place, buddy. Nice to chat to you in Victory Lane.
Thank you very much.
Harold Klump, your runner-up driver in the 76 machine here in the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds. But for right now, the man that comes away with he's second and back-to-back feature race wins. It's the 4-car of Scott Rayomi. Scott, well, we just spoke to you in the 358 Modifieds. Were you happy with that one? You lead 3 laps in this big box. I can only imagine that you're just a little bit more happier right now.
Yeah, that was I had to work for that one a little bit harder than I did in the 358, but man, a huge thanks to Harold. He raced absolutely clean. He held his line every single lap. I made it on, where I had to figure out a way to get around him, and that's the way this simulator should be played. He didn't look in his mirror. He didn't change lanes because I was running different lap times. He ran his race, and that's all. Huge thank you to him for that.
What goes through your mind when you're coming up to Harold? You had an opportunity early on, and the yellow comes out. He brings it back up, and then it was a single file restart. Let's actually talk about that moment with that lap car out of turn number 4, trying to get down to the pits as you and Harold were coming into turn number 4.
I believe I said in the Discord, it was almost like when you see a deer standing on the side of the road at nighttime, and all of a sudden it darts out in front of you. I had no idea he was up there. All of a sudden there was just a car shooting across the track. I don't know who it was, and I'm sure he, obviously didn't intend to do that, but that's part of the game.
Yeah, I don't want to give him up, but I know exactly who it was because I actually watched it, and I believe he was just trying to get down to the pits, but. We spoke to you in the 358 Modified. You were happy to get the feature win. Now, what does this one mean to you to go back-to-back here on the night?
I told those guys I'm going to buy a lottery ticket because this is the kind of stuff that, normally doesn't happen to me. It's usually I'm in the back somewhere and getting collected in someone else's wreck, or, someone likes to watch their mirror and I can't get around them. It's one of those type of deals. So to run up here with these guys and sweep the night in the mods, that's unbelievable. I really don't have any words.
Scott, well done on the victory here in the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modified. Before we let you go again, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 4 machine.
Once again, I really got to thank my fiance Heather for getting me this computer. It's a world of difference. I can see things happening now on the track. I can read the track a lot better. I got to thank the guys over at Full Throttle Motorsports. Without those guys, it'd just be floundering around. Swan Speed Shop, Dean at Super Dirt Car. I wish he could have been here for this. He's already messaged me once, so shout out to Dean. DJ Sim Shop, Dupro Performance. That's I think that's all of them. I don't know. I still haven't practiced, so maybe next week we'll try again. And I'll be a little more prepared.
Well, you're doing a nice job so far. Congratulations on not 1 but 2 feature wins here on the night, Scott. We'll see you back hopefully for the Pro Late Models very shortly.
All right, Brett. Have a good night.
Scott Rayomi, your winner of the Big Block Modifieds. As we get set for now Pro Late Models, we'll bring in Travis Piercefield. Travis, well, I got to say, 358s and Big Block Modifieds, boy, they've really turned on the racing here tonight at Lanier National Speedway. Pro Late Models to come. I've seen some Pro Late Models around here, and no doubt the boys are looking forward to putting on a show. How are you feeling coming into this one?
Feeling good, looking to continue the great racing you've had here tonight on Thursday Night Thunder. And then after those Pro Late Models, we got a little throwback, Brett, as the Xfinity Series division is going to go to Rockingham.
All right, we'll keep all the action live here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. But for now, myself and Ultimate Dirt TV, I'm going to sign off. We're going to take a short little pause on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Travis will come back with Pro Late Models here from Lanier National Speedway. But for now, my name's Brett Wheeler. I'll sign off, and we'll be right back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.